my name is Manny Martey. I'm a producer and DJ from South East London originally. I've been producing for about 5 years, mixing for about 3 years. Started off by just downloading FL Studio when I was 15 because I was really interested in that kind of world. Started making different types of music, then eventually got down to tech. And then, yeah, had luckily been able to contact some big DJs, had some support, and slowly but surely been getting into the industry, meeting up with different DJs and whatnot. So originally it used to be me in the little corner of my living room on the family computer on FL Studio. I used to love like EDM sounds, come out, Avicii, Martin Garrix. That's what I kind of used to do for the first few years. But it was like, as you get older, obviously your mates start going out, the type of music you listen to changes, started going out raving and whatnot, and I thought, you know what, like tech house, I love it. I had some support from Sosa, but love Sosa, what a guy he is. Fucking supported one of my tracks in London, and then I was fortunate enough to do a show with him down in Maidstone where we had a little chat, gave me a lot of advice to do the industry, and then said, listen, Salado, James and Mark really like your sound, here's their email, send them a few tracks, and then through sending tracks, like a few tracks going down, we finally got to a select few where they're like, listen, we want to sign this, get this on the label. And we'll move from there, really. One of the first tracks I released, called Take It, on Will Taylor's label, Freak Records, and that was probably my, if anything, my most well-known track. And it's done quite well in terms of streams, in terms of beatport and everything. And then out of the blue, a few months ago, got an email from one of the divisions from Universal saying they want to take over the distribution rights, which is quite mad. And obviously, you love especially when you start off producing in your bedroom, you never think like a label as big as Universal will be contacting you, but it's been a dream come true, really. Yeah, you've always got to be learning. I try to watch tutorials, watch videos, get a bit of inspiration, listen to reference tracks. I think that's really important. Listen to your favourite artist, favourite tracks, kind of dissect those down to see what elements make the tracks pop, and then go into the studio and see not if you can replicate that, but if you can steal certain parts and take that to your production game, which I think is quite important for all producers. I like the way that the house is moving, and the fact that you've got tech house, you've got the harder stuff, the kind of darker sort of groove sound, but then you've got like this new wave of like minimal coming in with like Piv, Stussy, East End Dubs, them lot. And you've got even a wave of techno coming in with people like Skin on Skin, Patrick Toppin, Ewan McVicker, and it's all kind of merging together and everyone's kind of feeling the same vibe. I just love it, to be fair. Venues that I play, I don't think I've played anywhere too well known, but obviously I play at Moonshine every now and then when I can do. Done a few venues around London, been in like Kent Maidstone, had a few shows in Liverpool. Was in like Malio last year, playing at one of the clubs down there. It's been scattered across. Hopefully got some more bookings now, so hopefully keep going. I want to do some proper venues, like some iconic ones. Obviously like E1 Egg, Printworks, obviously before it shuts if I can do. Other bits like that. I think the one thing that obviously, because when you're giving advice, it's a bit hard to give advice to everyone because people might be on certain levels. The one thing that I can say, which I think all producers and DJs will agree with, is the time. You can't cheat anyone out in this industry. It's the time. You put in the time working your tracks, you put in the time mixing, you put in the time socialising, going out to events, meeting new people. It's going to work eventually. So, and then obviously socialise, because I think everyone knows, especially in this industry, sometimes it's not what you know, but who you know. I think a lot of the things I've been able to do are because I've had these connections, which have come about because you've socialised, you've made out your way to email, talk to other producers, DJs, owners, event like promoters, everyone. You just want to, realistically, you don't want to be a prick in the industry. You want to be able to connect with everyone because you never know who's going to be able to give you that chance. Oh, in the next 5 years, honestly, I just hope that I'm producing again on another level. I always want to get better in terms of my style production. Hopefully, I've got a few goals in terms of labels I want to hit. I want to start hitting the bigger labels. Obviously, you just said I was lucky enough to go on solo, but I want to start hitting some of the more well-known labels. I want to start to do more shows. But in the next 5 years, I'm hoping I'm in a position where I've got more shows, songs on decent labels, and just realistically, just banging tunes, groovy tunes. That's what it's about, innit? As long as I'm pumping out groovy tunes, I don't really care about anything else, innit?